Hello and welcome to the Vodcast episode 2. This month I'm being joined by Calvin. Without any further delays, let's jump straight into the episode. Welcome onto the show. Appreciate you being here. It's
Thank you.
Calvin.
Thank you for inviting.
Of
I'm
course, of course.
nervous a little bit.
What, sorry?
I'm a little bit nervous. That's okay.
It's fairly natural. It's nothing. There's no like real hard questions.
I know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
Well,
hard questions are fun though.
yeah, questions can be fun. Well, the
Yeah.
way this is going to work, I have a list of questions here that we're going to kind of go down. Maybe we share you if you want to share some stories, things like that. At the end, I'm open questions up to chat. If chat has any questions for you, they can ask, and you can feel free to answer or not. Those questions are optional. I ask that the questions I have,
Okay.
you answer to the best of your ability. Um, and then at the end, you can shout out whatever you want, and then we'll end. Sound good?
I can shout. Nice. Sounds good.
You can shout out,
Yep.
yeah. All
I'm
right.
ready. I'm ready. I'm opening Minecraft.
Lovely. So,
Yeah.
first question
Let's do
for
some
you. When
building
you first,
while we talk. Yeah.
yeah, when you first started out streaming, what was that like for you? What made you start streaming?
Ooh, what made me start streaming?
Yeah.
I honestly never considered streaming because I never been into Twitch.
Mhm.
What got me into streaming, I would say, was Alper and Rusty. I think you might be familiar with them. They
I
are like
am.
now the owners of the Autocraft SMP.
They own
Um,
Autocraft? I
I
didn't know
don't.
that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm on. I've been on Autocraft since 2 years now, almost. I've been
Awesome.
during all season 3 and now season 4, which will be ending in a couple months, and I have no plans of leaving Autocraft, so I'll be there. But yeah, when I joined, I think at the moment the only ones that streamed from Autocraft were Alpen and Rusty, and just for the sake of watching them because I love their content, I got to see what they were doing on Twitch. I got to understand a bit more about how the streaming world worked
Mhm.
because I had no idea. And then one night, I was on holidays with my family. I think it was Christmas 2022 or something along those lines. And I was a bit, I don't know if I can say this, but I was a bit drunk.
That's perfectly fine to
and they
say.
were and they were arranging one of the first, I think, stream weekends on the server.
Ah.
With a couple more people, and they had a slot. I had already said no because I had never streamed,
Right.
and they had one slot opened that they were trying to fill, trying to check out if there was anyone that could fill that gap, and I could, and it was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it, I'll stream, and that's it. That got me into streaming. I loved that stream weekend, and every subsequent stream was better and better. I got to understand Twitch, to meet more amazing people like Rogue, Melly, and Emerald Storm, and those were the ones that appeared in the early days,
Yeah, I
and they
love that.
still stick together. So
Calvin started
yeah, it's
streaming
been a
because of a
nice
few too
journey.
many drinks, and now he's here.
Yep. It was one of those decisions that I knew that I wanted to make,
Mhm.
that I knew I wanted to say yes, but it was hard to take the plunge because once you start, you kind of it not necessarily need to keep going, but if you like it, then you have to keep going.
Yeah, once you get
So
that first kinda high of the first stream, it's hard to stop.
yeah,
Just
yep,
keep chasing it.
absolutely.
That's
Hmm.
awesome. So, you started out YouTube first, correct?
Yep.
Why
Mm,
why YouTube? Why did that call to you more than streaming? Because a lot of people say streaming is easier and less effort than YouTube, which isn't always true, but in some aspects, I could see why they'd say that.
Uh, why YouTube and not streaming on Twitch?
Mhm.
I mean, I at the moment when I uploaded my first video was in, I think, 2021, like almost at the end of the COVID thingy, at least here. Um, I don't know. I think the short answer would be Twitch was not an option for me in any
Mhm.
way. Like, I didn't watch Twitch content. I never watched that until I joined Autocraft, basically. So it was never on the table. I I think I found Hermitcraft during the lockdown, and I watched some other creators before, like SheraCraft, and that's it, I think.
Mm.
Before that, like, to learn some building for my projects, Minecraft projects that I kept for myself, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I finally got a computer that I could actually play Minecraft,
Mhm.
with more than 6 chunks on the render distance, I don't know. I think it took me like 1 or 2 months to start my YouTube channel. It was
That's
like, okay, I'm going to do this, and I started without the microphone, without my English was completely oxidized, and in
Mhm.
fact that was one of the reasons why I made it in English, even though on my first, like, I don't know, 10 videos I didn't speak at all.
Mhm.
But my idea was that it would eventually lead me to meet people that were native English speakers
Yeah.
and push me to improve my English. So
Which you did.
that's
You're here.
also, yeah. I mean, at this 3 years ago, this would be unimaginable for me. Like, holding a conversation, streaming even wasn't on the table because of that. Uh,
Yeah.
there was no way. And those videos where I don't do good English are still there. I still got room for improvement on my English. I think I'm not super happy with everything that I speak, but it's better. I'm more comfortable now. It was a journey for sure. So yeah, I would say, yeah, there was it was a clear option. There was not another path in terms of content creation. It was YouTube, make time lapse videos that didn't require me to speak,
Mhm.
um, and that would like slowly get me into the Minecraft content creator community in a way, right? And that was
Yeah.
my idea, and I think it worked out
I
a
think
little
so.
bit at least.
I think you've made it.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yep.
Which is great. So, you talked about that kinda 2 months leading up to starting YouTube, getting everything set up. Why
Uh-huh.
everybody has their brand, right? You got your Calven brand, I have my Rocket brand. Where did your brand come from? Does it look like you? Does it is it completely new avatar? What's the brand come from?
Um, well, the name was there. Right
Mhm.
now, like a few months back, I rebranded to only Calven, although my Minecraft game is CalvenMC and such.
Yeah.
Which I don't like. I don't like the MC, but it's there, so I will have to live with it.
Mhm.
The name was pretty much there from the beginning. It's a nickname. Like most of my life, I've had a similar nickname to that since I was very young.
Right.
So I kind of embraced that. I liked it with an N at the end, so I just put that N there because it will have some different variations. I think some of my friends know this, but my nickname was Calvito, which in Spanish means bald, like
Bold.
with no hair.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, bald. I don't know how bald is like. Yeah, it's another thing. Okay, bald. Then, um, so I didn't like that nickname for a long period of time. I didn't like it because I have a lot of hair, and I was
I was
never
about to
like
ask,
bald.
we gotta
So
know now, are you bald?
no. I only been bald once, and that's when I graduated because I took my hair out, and it took like a week to grow back up. So
Mm,
I'm quite the opposite. But I don't fully remember the story of that nickname. But eventually, with the years, it mutated in different things, and I ended up liking it.
awesome.
Um, and that became the name. But the brand that now it's that light blue with that character that's
Mhm.
there since last year, I think. Before that, I had a very ugly logo, which was a C,
See?
an M, and another C. That's why it was CalvenMC and not just Calven,
Mhm.
because it had like that nice thing that then ended up scrapping out and having this new thing that I really like. Which a friend of mine did actually. He's a graphic designer and said, "Look, your brand is ugly. I can help you get a better one." And so he did. But yeah, that didn't happen after like 2 years, I think, after my YouTube channel existed. So it came afterwards. It's I mean I think it's always a work in progress. The brand, then the whole thing like changing things. I don't know. I always like to change, even a small thing here and there.
Yeah.
Always now I'm more leaning towards my character and a few other things,
Mhm.
but I don't know. Changing a few things every once in a while, I think it's good. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's. I don't think it's going to change too much from the idea of Calvin in the near future. And yes, it's similar to my real person. If that was another question, it is
Yeah.
kind of similar to that.
Cool, cool, cool. So, we know your main game's Minecraft, right? That's what you stream, that's what you play. Has it
Yes.
always been Minecraft?
Oof. Has it always been Minecraft? In which sense? Like for
Like,
content creation, for gaming in general?
we could say both. For content creation, I know, like, going back, I do my research before this. I know going back,
Good,
it's
good.
it's Minecraft content.
Yeah.
Um, so I know your main game when you're, like, streaming or creating YouTube videos is Minecraft, but let's say you wanted to just sit down for a little bit and play a video game. Would it still be Minecraft, or are you pulling up a different game?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Mhm.
That's been my. I mean, I would say I was more like a casual player, or let's put it this way, I was a normal player before content creation, like or the typical player that plays a lot for a week or 2 weeks and then drops out for a month, maybe for a couple of weeks, then comes back to their world, keeps playing, and so
Mhm.
on. That was my beginnings. It's Minecraft has always been there. I think since the beta or the alpha. I have a very fun memory from the first day that I was introduced to Minecraft. It was a very long time ago. Um, but um, but yeah, it's always been there. In I don't know. I don't remember all the worlds. I have like small glimpses of the biggest survival worlds that I had, or creative worlds.
Right.
It became more an important thing to me while I was studying. Let's say between my 18th and 23, 24, where I had my small old notebook and it could barely run Minecraft and any other games, and my internet was not the greatest. It would disconnect every so often, so online games were not an option. So Minecraft was always there to like have a project on my side that I could work on every time that I was bored or that I had free time or that I needed a break from studying, right?
Yeah.
So that led to some of to one of my biggest to one of my long term projects that is not even finished. That it's an adventure map that is on Planet Minecraft that I worked like yeah, that's basically what I used to learn more like the creative aspects of building and such. I used that to learn, even though I didn't know that I was learning, right? Uh, that has always been there.
Yeah.
But alongside Minecraft, whenever I had the chance, I've played Skyrim. It's a game that I loved. Um, not much more really. League of
Yeah.
Legends. Let's put League of Legends there. League
League
of
of
Legends
Legends
has
is
been
good.
there side by side. Yeah, side by side with Minecraft, I would say. It was introduced to me a bit later on, but yeah, the friends that I made playing that, they are still friends to me to this day. So I keep using that as a kind of a social tool as well. Like living away from my hometown, from my friends, I could always like connect with them and play with them League of Legends. So yeah, those were the two games.
Awesome. That's really cool.
I might get sidetracked with my with when I talk, but
Oh
you feel
no,
free to point me back to the question if I forget to answer.
it makes such good conversations. Don't worry about it too much. I enjoy
Okay.
it. So you talked about kind of using your Chromebook and things. You'll notice I'm very good at transitions. You talked about using your Chromebook as like one of your early sources of playing games.
Yeah.
What equipment slash software stuff do you use now for streaming and or YouTube?
Oh, right now I have a desktop
Okay.
computer, sorry, that I bought kind of built last year. I think it might be 1 year old at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's not a huge thing. It has, I think, 16 of RAM, a Ryzen 7, and a video card. The video card is tan, 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 tan. I think it's a 1660 Ti. I don't know how to
Okay.
say it in English. I'm sorry. The GeForce one, yeah, medium. It's not the
You got a pretty
I
good
couldn't afford the
setup
most
there.
expensive one, but it works perfect for Minecraft and for recording and all that,
Yeah,
which is what I
definitely.
wanted.
Yep.
That was my goal, to be able to render my worlds, to be able to record without having my computer fried,
That's kind of important. Yeah.
and stream. Yeah, yeah. That also
Awesome.
led to streaming more often, actually, because my first streams were in my before the we between my old notebook and this new computer. I had a better notebook that I still have there,
Mm-hmm.
a laptop computer that was slightly better, but still, like, for streaming and recording with high render distance and such and shaders, it still struggled a bit. So I that's also why I didn't maybe lean towards the streaming before
Mm-hmm.
that, because yeah, I didn't want to
True.
push that much pressure onto my notebook. Yep.
That
So that's
is reasonable. Yeah.
yep.
Uh, So, let's see here. All right. What you have your setup now. You've got your brand. You're streaming. What strategies are you using to keep an engaging audience? What strategies are you using to build that community that you have now and
Oof.
keep their attention throughout your streams? Because just building it can be hard to keep somebody's attention for a long period of time.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're talking about streaming,
Hmm.
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't think I have a strong community around me. I've never like dedicated time to building a community. I should.
I
I think I
beg to
should.
differ. I see an entire Dragonville Discord server that has your community behind your back right there. So,
Oh no, no. Yeah, but I'm not talking like not like my own community, like a proper Discord setup for my content specific. And
mhm.
I know that I have amazing friends, but that's my thing. I can't separate community from friends, right? So, to
It
me,
can be hard.
streaming is hanging out with friends. I set on stream, and whoever appears and is wants to hang out, have a conversation, be there what I build or whatever I do.
Mhm.
That's what I look from streaming. Just share that moment instead of just being me alone doing that. That's what I look forward to, and I've had the incredible luck of finding amazing people through Twitch. Like,
Yeah,
incredible, amazing people. Like you mentioned, the Dragonfell community is incredible. The Autocraft community as well.
yeah,
I mean, I couldn't ask better. Since I started my content journey, I've only found great people.
yeah.
I mean, I will say that, yeah, I found other people as well, but I'm very quick to let them go. Let's put it that way.
Mhm.
When I realize that they are not there for the good reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of my own community, I don't do anything for that. I don't think that I know there are tools, there are strategies. I don't. At least it's not something that I worry too much because, as I said,
Mhm,
my Twitch, at least at this point, is for that. For me, working on my projects, sharing more of the process with the people that wants to watch it,
mhm.
which in general are my friends, and that I wouldn't ask it to be otherwise because I get slightly stressed out when there's new people that I don't know in my streams.
That's
but
fair.
but yeah, I don't know. The videos are great, but if something they lack is like the full process, right? Then you don't get to show everything. You show like a very condensed version of that that
Mhm.
kind of looks perfect without the back and forth that sometimes comes with the building process.
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
even it's like a fake version sometimes. Like you can't really show the real process. It's not interesting, like in
It's
that form of
definitely hard.
content.
I think you do a pretty good job,
So
though, as a fellow builder is what I look at myself as, but from what I see, I think you do a pretty good job of showing a pretty raw cut version of the building process. So,
yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
yeah.
did good.
I think, yeah, I try to. Let's put it that way. I try to,
It's
but
all we can ever do.
yeah, that's the thing. I try to. Well, most recently with all the action things, it's more tutorials. So it's not so much about showing the process of the build itself. It's if not more explaining how I got there.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. It's
Uh,
different when you just show a time lapse. You sometimes want the time lapse to just look smooth instead
yep.
of showing the real process. That's maybe what I was trying to point out there. If you make a time lapse, I try to make it smooth without too many cuts. Or if it has a cut, it has to have like a particular reason, not a huge reason, but why am I cutting and showing this instead of that? You encounter issues that maybe you lose some part of the replay, so you have to try to navigate through that. So it's different. And when you're making a video, you are doing that. You are making the video. You are not making the build. So it's
Yeah.
not. So it's not like it's a balance. I don't know. Twitch and streaming allows me to share that process a bit more, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Mhm.
through streaming and through the audience you do have, there's always bound to be that one comment or troll that will come into your stream. We've all had those messages where they start with, "Hi, can I ask you something? Do you want overlays and emotes?" And it's just, "Oh, man, come on." But
Yeah.
we all have come across at least one in our time streaming, and I'm curious
Mhm.
how you tend to handle that because everybody has their different way of handling trolls or negative people who just come to mess the stream up.
I I I've had the luck, I would say. I haven't had that many. I don't
Mhm.
remember at least, or they weren't like traumatizing experiences for
Yeah.
me at least. I think the only times that I got them, it was like instant block or something like that. Maybe address and say no, I'm not interested, or I don't really pay too much attention to that. I haven't had any major problems with that. Uh,
Well, that's good, actually. That's quite
yeah.
nice.
Neither on YouTube, I would say. I think the only troll that that used to comment bad things on my videos was my little brother. So I silenced his comments like the day one, so that he wouldn't do that anymore. So now he
That's
can't. I can see his comments.
that's funny.
He was my first troll, and I don't remember. I don't know. I've had some commenters that weren't really nice, but I don't even remember them. Most of them it's for my accent, I think.
Yeah,
But there are some that like it, some that don't,
it's a very nice
and
accent.
I can't do anything about it. So it's like, yeah, it's here, it's there. If you like it, that's good. If not, not.
Yeah,
There's not. I don't know.
part of life.
maybe in the moment when you read it, depending on what it says, it can hit you and affect you, but it's for that moment, for that day. I'm very good to just moving forward and keep focusing on what I like, which is building and sharing what I do. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's nice. If the only real mean person has been your brother, you're doing real good. So when we create content, when we do streaming and YouTube and all that, we're at some point have the experience called burnout.
Oof.
In Minecraft, it's very easy to push yourself that little bit too hard and get burnt out, especially when it comes to building. So I'm
Yes.
curious how you may handle your burnout if you have it, or you're just a super streamer who is not fit to be in my presence.
Oof. I don't think I have experienced burnt out with streaming. In fact, I think streaming sometimes helped me to get through that when I don't want to do some building and when I want to like uh, procrastinate a build. My way
Uh-huh.
to go is okay, I'll set up stream and start building that because I don't want to. And that generally works out for me. I have
So
experienced burned out mostly with my autograph videos. That has been the biggest burnout that I had one last year in season 3, and I'm kind of having one right now.
mhm,
But it's more related to the story because I'm making more lore-based videos with more editing, um, more complex things that I don't know that I'm very that's my real passion. I I'm going to pinch some bubbles here. My real passion is not building. My real passion is the storytelling. So I
ah,
do love yeah, I do
I
love the storytelling aspect, and I'm way more perfectionist with that than with anything else.
I think personally, I enjoy the storytelling a bit more as well, just because I have with Minecraft and building, it's great, you have your creative freedom, but you're restrained to the stuff in the game.
Yeah,
With storytelling, you can go as bizarre and whatever you want, you just gotta be able to write it.
yeah. Restrictions are good. I
They
think
can,
they help
yeah.
you be creative
Mhm,
and give you a frame to start. So I think that Minecraft is great for that. And in a way, I think that my builds always, in some aspect, maybe sometimes more than others, but there's an aspect of storytelling there on okay, I don't know why or how to build this, but let's think why this would be here, what happened to this, and that helps me also with building.
mhm,
Um, but yeah, with editing and storytelling and trying to convey the story and the feeling that I want to convey in my videos, that led me to some burnt out. And my way to go through that is if I have time, I wait. Eventually, with small steps, I'll get to the final results. And I have overcome that big burnout last season with my last episode of season 3, which is one of my most proud moments videos out there. It's not the most viewed one or anything, but I loved how that turned out. I got to do it with friends, and we all acted, we all had fun. I did some cool building, and it was great. I loved that episode. Whenever I feel a little bit down, I just watch that, and it brings some smiles. So I
it's
know that with small process, I can get through it. And with Minecraft building, I don't know if I experienced any like huge burnout. Maybe with the capital,
mhm.
the huge city that I'm building,
A
I
build
would
that goes
say
on
that
that long can definitely cause some burnout there, here and there.
yeah. But what I do with Minecraft is I have many projects at the same time.
Mhm,
So if I feel tired or I don't see it as burnout. I see it more as I'm not feeling inspired to continue this. I know if I continue this now, I will ruin it. Probably I'm going to come back. I'm not going to like it, and I'm going to have to take it down and bring something from scratch, right? So I'm good at recognizing those moments. I think I consider myself to be good at recognizing those moments. So whenever I feel that with a build, I just leave it there, jump to another project, another build, whether it's last year was between the capital and autocraft. This year I have more time for content creation, so I'm handling the capital, autocraft, void hunters, and a few other projects that I haven't shared. That's another story related to content creation, but it's still like in the process. So it's I'm not going to say anything because I don't even know if I'm going to release it or not. And my YouTube channel in general, right? The action videos, the tutorials,
Right.
any type of field that goes to there. So it's easier when I am feeling a bit tired or uninspired with the project. The next day I start with the other, or at least maybe for an hour with the other one, and then that gives me energy, or I see something out there that inspires me to continue. I don't know. I don't think in Minecraft building I've experienced like a huge burnout so far.
Well, that's good. That is very
Yeah.
good. Uh, so with with all this, you're talking about autocrafts and void hunters and your capital build, things like that. And I'm really hoping this next question is a positive response, or people just keep really throwing you in the deep end here. But thoughts? What are your thoughts on collaborating with other people when it comes to streaming and doing YouTube?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I to me, I
So,
love collaborating.
so that's
I
very
mean, that's
good.
something that I look forward all the time. Like, I love the day that
Mhm.
you invited me to make a collaborative build together.
Yes, that was so good. That was so
And
fun.
whenever you want to do that again, I'm super down to do that.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it's or this is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't happen often.
No, I
Um,
try and shine as much light on other people as I possibly can. So through the building little mini builds that we do, or through the vodcast, what I can do to get people's names out there, I try my best.
yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I yes, my first collaborations were on Autocraft
Mhm.
when I joined. Before that, I had none, and I was absolutely scared. If you see my first episode, season 3, I was, I mean, before that, I had never spoken to any native English speaker. So when I joined
Ah,
Autocraft, it was the interview like 1 week before the server started,
right.
which I talked to just 2 of the members. Then I joined the Discord, and I think the other week we were all recording together, collaborating. And I had to understand all the different accents, make sure that people understood me, and I didn't want to look ridiculous, so sound ridiculous or anything. But I don't think that I would be where I am today, not only in terms of my English speaking abilities or my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel, which has been growing as well
Mhm.
incredibly. It's not my own work. It's not thanks to me. It's thanks to everyone that I've met along the way. So far, they've inspired me. They've made my content better in so many ways. Maybe just by the simplest interaction that because I mean I can go to a recording software, record my voice, the same take 10 times until my pronunciation is as good as I can get it be.
Right.
But when you are live, when you are collaborating with others, you just have a few takes, maybe. If you're live,
Mm,
you only have
if
one.
that.
But
Yeah.
if you're recording, maybe you can make a few takes. And that stressful scenario, in a way, it was stressful for me back then. But even with that, I was looking forward to that all the time. Like
Oh yeah.
it's great. It's great. I think
Mhm.
that yeah, that makes the content so much richer. I'm just afraid of ruining other people's streams, other people's content. I'll be honest. That's always the thing that sets me back. It's or holds me back. It's okay. I will try to not ruin their stream, to not ruin whatever they are doing. And yeah, and maybe sometimes I'm not fully myself there because of that, but I've been getting better at that as well through with the time, right? I don't even remember what was the question.
I just, like, deleted everything. Why is Steam open? No, bring me my stream back. Oh, no,
No, stream, come back. Don't go.
please.
Stream's running away from
Uh,
me. Shut up, Calvin, says the stream. Stop talking.
there we go.
Don't
Okay,
ruin Rocket Stream. Yeah.
so why did my questions go away too? Wait. Ah, it's all falling
It's
apart,
okay.
Calvin. I don't know what I'm doing. There it is. Questions. Thank you. Trying to.
Nobody knows. Doo, 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 doo.
So, oh, this might be a hard one. Why
Okay.
do you enjoy building in Minecraft?
Ah, oof. Okay. I think there are many reasons. One of them, I think we've talked about it,
Mhm.
kinda. The storytelling aspect of it. It
Yes.
allows me to
Yes,
tell
yes,
a
yes.
story. I think it's a mix, right? Between the building allows me to make like a scenario, maybe tell a small part of the story with the building itself,
Yep.
and then with the editing and the acting, kinda, if we
Mhm.
can call that acting.
Depends on
Um,
what kinda content you're creating, yeah.
you kinda, it allows me to tell a story. So I would say that's the main reason.
Mhm.
I mean, let's put it this way. That was the reason why I started, and that's probably the reason why, if someday this whole content thing one day finishes, I know I still can go to that, and that still makes me happy on its own, right?
Yeah.
Making a video for me that tells a story, that story that I like or whatever. That's it. Um,
S
of course, with the whole content creation thing and the things that come out, like the bakery builders, for instance, and
right.
how they took that different, more aesthetically pleasant approach from their pictures.
Yep.
That style of maybe painting, maybe taking the building to a next level, like B-dubs with all the new detailing, the new coloring things.
Mhm.
That, like, I don't know, it started like a new fire in me, a new passion for trying to make the builds look as good as they can be, as good as I can make them be. um, get better at painting, at shading, and all the things that I've been enjoying. So yeah, like, I don't know. Even if I'm not making content, like sitting down, playing with different blocks, with different shapes,
Mhm.
just to practice some building, it's something that I really enjoy because of that. Because you get to mix different blocks, mix different things, and create new stuff. I don't know. I think, yeah, I think that might be my biggest motivation right now. Finding new color combinations, making the builds look beautiful with shapes and colors. I really like that now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright. With that, I have one question left, but I'm gonna go ahead and open up questions to the chat as well. People viewing, if you
Ooh,
have questions for Calvin, send them in now while he's answering our last question, and then I will ask them. But my final question for you, Calvin, is what tips do you have for aspiring streamers or content creators?
I don't know. uh, I mean, this is going to sound cheesy and basic, but but the first one is be yourself.
Or all the
That's
time,
like,
always.
if you're making content, I guess it depends on the content that you're making, right?
That's true. If you're
But
creating, like,
if
storytelling, acting videos, maybe don't play yourself, but
exactly, but even there, you can still be yourself
oh, yeah,
through acting.
definitely.
There's always going to be that. But instead of that, I think that's something that most people will do just by the. That's a way of that, to me. That's saying be yourself. It's a way of saying, don't worry too much, right?
Mhm,
Do what makes you happy in terms of content. Sometimes it's not bad. And I'm talking more about YouTube because I think I have more experience there, more thought process more
Yeah.
strategies that I put in there. It's not bad to think of the algorithm. It's not bad to think of what your audiences want to watch, on how to make your video more interesting, more engaging, how to make your thumbnails more clickbaity or more clickable. I think all those things are good, but when you get lost in that, then it defeats the purpose of, okay, why did I start this
Right.
YouTube channel? What do I want from it? Do I want the people, let's put this example. Let's say you have your YouTube channel and you, of course, as everybody that, or most of the people that have a YouTube channel, they want to make it successful. They want to have a lot
Right.
of views, a lot of subscribers, and everything, right?
Of
So
course.
let's say
Naturally.
that you learn all the strategies for making your thumbnails good, for
Mhm.
making your content engaging. But that involves that the process of making the video is absolutely horrible for yourself. You are making a content that doesn't reflect what you want to do. And then all of a sudden you upload that video that you hated doing and then it blows up. Your channel has thousands of subscribers that are there to watch that version that you showed that you don't like of yourself. Then it defeats the purpose of why you're having your YouTube channel. So I think the most important advice for anyone starting there is be honest to yourself and to what you want your channel to be for you. Then you can adapt the strategies, the clickbaity things, all the engagement tools that are out there and that exist and that work, and adapt them to your style of video, to the video that you want to be known for. Imagine it in that way. And then it's going to flow better for you, I think. That's something that I wish I had understood a bit more when I started, right? That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying that. But yeah, that's I would think that I would say that that would be the biggest advice. Be more clear to what you want for you and
Mm.
your channel, right?
Some wise words. Alrighty. I don't think anybody has any questions. It's harder to ask questions once I've asked all my in-depth ones. But this is where you get to shout out yourself. What do you want to promote?
What do I want to promote?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I have most of the socials, right?
Yep.
My YouTube channel mostly is the one that I put most of my heart in. Whenever I'm not building for that, I'm editing for that. Most of the things that I stream also on Twitch are for that. So the main place to find the version of me that I want to show is there on YouTube. Uh, then, of course, my Twitch for the most friendly environment, more hand to hand. Sometimes I'm more talkative, sometimes I'm a bit less talkative and I'm more building, but that's okay. It's a place to relax and hang out.
Yep.
And if you don't want any form of hearing my voice, you can also go to TikTok where I just upload the time lapses and my Instagram where I just put the pictures or Twitter as well. Twitter, I do post
Twitter's
the
a good
pictures
one.
there. Yeah, I always forget about Twitter or X
Alrighty.
now, right? Yeah, those are my places to find
Well,
Calvin.
you can find Calvin at CalvenMC on YouTube. Same with I believe Twitter, Instagram, Twitch as well. Calvin at CalvenMC. Go check him out. With that, Calvin, I thank you for being here. Appreciate it a ton. And I
Alrighty.
shall talk to you later.